everybody. Welcome to the Talking Heartland podcast. And this is a show where we talk all about the show Heartland. And today we are here to talk about season 19, episodes 2 and 3. We're left on a big cliffhanger, so it's going to be very, very exciting. And I am film critic Rachel Wagner, and Micah's here.
Hi, Rachel. Thanks for having me on again.
Yes, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, it was quite the end for episode 3.
Yeah, it
It's
really
like
those last 10 minutes really like took a turn I was not expecting.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, really, they should not go on motorcycles or planes.
Or horses
Or
if you're Lou. Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
But
there were yeah.
but yeah, it makes for good TV. So
Episode 3 had some high stakes with the wolf and then the plane. I was kind of surprised.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's true. And I always like it when they find a way to put people that aren't normally together in scenes for the show, so that like having it be Caleb and Nathan is going to be an interesting dynamic.
For sure.
So yeah, I was thinking how you did the every fire on Heartland. We really should do every vehicle crash. We should do it in
Yeah.
I mean, technically the pilot started with a
Yeah.
crash, so
hmm
there would be a lot.
A lot. Yeah. Yeah,
A
for
lot of
sure.
crashes. So
hmm
it's a perilous thing to get behind the wheel in at Heartland Ranch.
Right,
Um,
right.
but episode 2, it starts out, it's called, so episode 2, it's Two Can Keep a Secret is what it's called. And the the thing that's I would read this, so episode 2, I would read the summary, but IMDb is down today. But we have a lot going on with Lindy, with Katie, and this group that she's joined, the Hudson
hmm
Wilds, and we have Jack struggling to accept a new ranch hand,
hmm
kind of your main
Yeah.
plots, and Amy working with this horse, Rowdy.
Yeah, Nathan's dad's horse. Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, what did you think of this episode?
Episode 2 was good. There was definitely a lot of plots going on. I think it was definitely one of the Spencer twins' stronger episodes when it came to
Yeah,
acting because they had a lot to work with.
that's
Th
true.
this episode 1 and 2 were both really good, like Lindy episodes. She had good moments in it. So I thought they did a great job. I thought
Yes.
Jack did annoy me this episode with how picky he was about the ranch hands who did nothing wrong. And like he was like just shoo them away.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but it was kind of a nice moment for the character when you think of how annoyed he usually is with Tim, for
That's
Lisa
true.
to be like, you're not replacing Tim.
hmm
That was a good Lisa moment.
Yeah.
Hmm
I agree.
Yeah. And it's nice to see how loyal Jack is.
That's true.
The only thing about the Lindy plot that I am struggling with a little bit is that I just don't think that she would care about the title, that going from I'm spending a lot of time with, to being officially my boyfriend. Like
hmm
I feel like what they should have done is have Amy kind of keeping Nathan a little bit away from Lindy, and so she doesn't know it, because I feel like that's something she would care about. That if it was going from I barely met this person to now he's your boyfriend, but going from I'm totally fine with him and I like him to he's now technically your boyfriend. I don't know. I just don't feel like a little kid would care about that. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so hard to know what exactly a reaction would be from someone that age. But
Yeah.
I do feel like considering she was already close to Nathan, like it's one
Yeah.
thing if like she wasn't and they didn't have like a pre-established like connection, but
Yeah.
because she is close to him. I don't necessarily see what the problem is. I mean, I guess she's still clearly she's struggling with her dad being gone because we saw that with her like with the picture in episode one. So maybe it's a little just to do with that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe people that have had their parents start dating again, maybe they can speak to it in a way I couldn't, I couldn't relate to that. Maybe that is something that the title would make a difference to a little kid. I don't know. You have to let us know in the comments what you think about that. But what was nice too also is when the Spencer twins, when I interviewed them, they said that they have been doing what do they call it? Um they've been training on the horses.
Mm,
That they have some experience with riding. And so they wanted to do more on horses because they've had this experience just in their own things. And so it's nice to see that I think the show's giving them a little bit more
yeah, yeah,
opportunity with that.
yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm. So that's good. And just it's nice that they're giving them more plot, more
Hmm.
to do.
Ho, ho, ho! We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies Patreon.
Do you love Hallmarkies podcast, especially at Christmas?
Do you enjoy the holiday previews, recaps, interviews, and bonus episodes?
If the answer is yes, please consider supporting the Hallmarkies Patreon. We need your help to do what we do both during the Christmas season and all year round.
But not only do you help a podcast led by strong, independent women by becoming a Patreon, you get to become a part of the Hallmarkies family.
Starting at only $2 a month as a patron, you will have access to our Facebook Patreon group where we talk about the movies, shows, and more all year.
We also have many monthly patron watch-alongs with guests like Lacey Chabert, Natalie Hall, Paul Campbell, Mary Lou Henner, and more, giving their behind-the-scenes details of their films.
As a patron, you also have the chance to provide input into the podcast and even join us at different tiers.
So this Christmas season, spread some cheer to the Hallmarkies Patreon and become a member today. You won't regret it.
Go to patreon.com/hallmarkies to learn more.
That's patreon.com/Hallmarkies.
We have Katie starting up the Inkpot Society.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so that's a pretty good name, I think.
I thought so too.
Yeah, that's
it
pretty
fits
good.
her pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah. And her friend slash rival is starting up this, or is advertising this Hudson Wilds.
Hmm.
And this is a, what do they call it? Horse flag
It,
competition?
something like that. I don't know. I didn't
Yeah.
really understand it because Katie said like cheerleading on horseback, and then the girl got all offended. And I'm like, that basically seems like that's what it is. I mean, it's also kind of like color guard, which is
Yes,
connected to like
that's good.
marching band. It's more
That's
like
the
color
word.
guard. Yeah.
That's the word I was thinking of. I couldn't think of it, but yeah, it is
Yeah.
like color guard. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. But these girls we'll see more in this next episode. These girls are very, very competitive.
Very competitive for
That's
something
for sure.
I don't think would really be competitive. Like it seems pretty. I mean, I guess Katie was struggling with it, like any newcomer would. It didn't seem like anything too challenging, I
Yeah,
guess, like compared to like what Georgie was doing, obviously.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Well, and the she's got like a coaching style of like the teacher from Whiplash, I mean it's
Yeah.
like I don't think that you need to have that. I don't know if
Hmm.
that would be especially effective for anybody
No,
at Heartland. That's for sure.
no, no.
So then so Nathan gets thrown from Rowdy from his dad's horse, and it's a problem.
Yeah, everyone's falling off horses now, and not it's Nathan too.
Yeah. So Price is really undercutting their beef. They're 30% below cost,
Hmm.
and undercutting prices. And so then Lou talks to Gracie about it, and Gracie says it wouldn't be competition if I spilled my secrets. And the thing about it that seems ridiculous is that, so supposedly Gracie is feeding the cows illegal grain.
Yeah, grain. Yeah.
And they're advertised as grass fed. But wouldn't that take a while? I mean, wouldn't you need, I mean, can you just feed them one time and then that ruins it? Wouldn't it take a while?
Once again, I have no idea how this all works. I don't know.
I mean,
This plot line lost me.
They were like that. It seemed like she had barely even opened the bags. And wouldn't Nathan notice that they're feeding the cows this other food and not just grass fed?
I don't know. Yeah.
It
I don't
seems
think that's I don't think that's something Gracie would like be able to keep from everyone.
yeah, that's the thing. And it seems like it would have to be like a while before it would be so effective that they would be able to lower their costs. Like I would feel like you would have to feed them for a while to lower the cost by 30%.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, because it takes a while for them to get up to the point to be slaughtered, right? I mean, I would think.
You would think.
Yeah. And also, like, is it somebody that has experience in livestock should tell us, but like grass fed, that seems like that would be cheaper. Aren't they just eating the grass?
Yeah, you wouldn't have to provide anything for it because like it's all right there.
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah, if anybody is a livestock expert and is listening, please fill us in because I know nothing, literally nothing. So
Well, yeah, same. And there's no point in using in like the grade even being an issue if Gracie said she hadn't used it. Then what was the point of buying
yeah,
it?
they hadn't even been opened yet. But
yeah, they hadn't even
if it hadn't been opened, how in the world would that have allowed them to reduce prices by 30%?
They didn't explain how they got their prices down. That was just like a plot hole.
Like I'm confused about this chain of events. Because in order for, so supposedly this is cheaper food for the horse. Supposedly this is cheaper food for the cows. Whatever, that's fine. We'll accept that. But they haven't even used it. But even if they had used it, it seems like in order for it to make 30% difference, it would have to be a while before they'd be feeding this cheaper food, and then they would slaughter the animals, and then like I don't know, it's the math isn't mathing. But
also Gracie admitted they were having money issues. Why would she buy a bunch of grain knowing that's not what they're supposed to do and then just never use it? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, especially if they could just eat the grass.
Yeah, the grass is right there. Unless there's a problem with the grass, but they didn't say anything about that.
No.
So
I mean, unless you have to get like additional grass because there's not enough grass or something. I should have asked. I have a friend who has a small farm, and she would know. I should have asked her. She has a bunch of cows. I'll have to ask for next time. But but anyway, they have a conflict between, so Lou and Gracie are it wouldn't be competition if I spilled my secrets. Gracie. So how are you feeling about Gracie?
I'm liking Gracie a bit more, especially in episode 3. I like her quips at Lou. I'm liking their banter a bit more, but her business decisions still kind of question me. Lou seems all threatened by her business decisions. I don't think Gracie's all that like smart by some of the stuff she's doing. I don't think Lou has anything to worry about. But yeah, I'm liking Gracie a bit more. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's a pretty fun character for Lou to bounce off of, and they're very similar in a lot of ways, so that makes kind of a good contrast.
Yeah, I
Good
agree.
a good rivalry, because
Yeah.
so it works pretty good.
And Lou needs someone else to like bounce off of now that she doesn't have like Rick. And I think Gracie's a step up because it gives her like new scenery, instead of just being in the
Yeah.
mayor's office. So
Yeah. So then we have so Lindy, she says that she doesn't need a babysitter. And I like the comment that perfection is the enemy of growth.
that's a good quote.
That
Yeah,
was a good quote.
good quote.
Very true. And then so Katie decides to try out because this girl River had said that she wasn't a she that how did she put it?
Mm,
That let's see here.
I don't.
I
What
forget
did she say?
exactly what she said, but that she's not the type to be able to do
Yeah,
something like this.
I think it was something like that, like making her like
She's not a
feel.
flag girl type.
Yeah, yeah, making her feel bad for her like
Yeah.
writing. Yeah.
I like Lisa. She says you're wasting your energy trying to please others. And that whole between Lisa and Katie was nice.
Katie was kind of rude to her though.
Yeah, I mean, she is kind of defensive. That's sort of Katie's
Yeah,
personality.
yeah. I like how later like Lisa like was kind of ignoring her, and then Katie realized that she messed up.
Uh-huh.
So it was like that was another good Lisa episode. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah.
And she's seeing everything going on with Jack. And she's like, what? The couple of people, he says, oh, this person is too polite. It's too nice. She's like, what?
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
thought that was funny. That was cute. And by the end, she says, "We're not trying to replace Tim, so let that go."
Yeah.
And how old do you think Jack is supposed to be at this point in the show?
Uh, I don't know. I think about that sometimes. I would
'Cause
think he has to be like 80,
it,
but
it would
but
seem like it, because he's definitely a lot older than Tim, and Tim's got to be in his 60s at this point.
yeah, I'm going to assume Jack's around like 80, early 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, for his age, he still gets around really well.
He does. He really
So,
does. So Nathan's dad is quite erratic and violent at this point.
mhm.
It's tough. And he gets really upset about Rowdy. And he thinks that Amy is Marion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So that would be so hard, I think, because to have somebody you love that's just like behaving completely differently, that would be really hard.
yeah, yeah. That's something we've dealt with in our family. My grandma's
Mhm.
like starting to show signs of it. It's nowhere near as aggressive as Nathan's dad is, which is
Mhm.
good. But it's challenging when you just have like someone change personalities drastically, that they're not the same, and that there's only like very certain things you can like use as like a vessel to like get them to like return their old self in a sense. So in this sense, it was the horse that helped him do that to a degree. It was
Yeah.
Marion, his memory of Marion through Amy. So I'm glad that they're like including those little vessels. Those are important. Like, yeah.
Yeah, my grandfather had some Alzheimer's. Luckily, he left us when it was still pretty fresh, so it didn't go that far. But still, there were definitely moments where I was like, this is not the person that I love,
Mhm.
and it'd be quite shocking for that to happen. And so we have Lindy seeing Amy and Nathan together and kissing. And so then that starts this whole thing. And she asks Amy if Nathan is her boyfriend. And so that's how it all comes out.
And Amy is honest, which is good. She is honest and says that, yeah, he is.
Yeah. And then Lindy just sits down in the middle of the competition.
I was so disappointed. I was looking forward to seeing her do some cool 4-H stuff, and we didn't get to see that. I hope we get to see that again.
Yeah. I mean, that did seem age appropriate though, like sort of pouting and putting on a thing. And she says that she's upset because Amy didn't tell her. Which that I guess does make sense. That the keeping it a secret. I guess I can see that being more than the secret itself, the fact that she wasn't told. I can see that, I guess.
I think that's kind of what she was trying to say at the end of the day. They're all like the miscommunication. I think she just wanted to be like told sooner and not like kept in the dark. So I get that.
So then Amy doesn't, she kind of smoothed it over with Nathan. Says, oh, everything's fine and whatever. And then when he finds out that really Lindy is very upset, then he's upset with Amy for not involving him in that conversation. Which I could see that. That makes sense too.
Yeah, which is valid. I like that. I like he's good at like not like sugarcoating it and like being upfront about what he thinks.
Yeah.
So
I'd like to take a second to thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the good folks over at Uncommon Goods. Uncommon Goods makes holiday shopping stress-free and joyful with thousands of one-of-a-kind gifts you can't find anywhere else. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the U.S. Many are crafted by independent artists and small businesses, and because they're made in small batches, the best finds can sell out fast. So I recently placed an order with Uncommon Goods, and I got a robe that has hummingbirds on it, which is really, really cute. And then I got a savory and spicy maple sauce sampler. And so this has maple syrup that's flavoring barbecue sauces and sriracha and hot sauce and things like that. So a lot of fun, unique flavors. And so you can see that you can get a very wide variety of items. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give back $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $3 million to date. So shop early, have fun, and cross some names off your list today. Get 15% off your next gift. Go to uncommongoods.com/hallmarkies. That's uncommongoods.com/hallmarkies for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary. He says, I'm beginning to wonder if she's just an excuse, if Lindy's an excuse. So, I mean, it would be an added layer when you have a child. I mean, it makes things more complicated.
And I think he understands that, and it's just something he's working through as well as Amy. So
yeah. So then we have Katie. She is feeling frustrated, and then she gets I guess they give them a rose, and she's told that she got into the wilds. So
yeah,
that's exciting. And then we also, Nathan tells he didn't know about the grain. So the whole thing, it really doesn't make any sense, but whatever. He doesn't know.
No, it doesn't. And like you think, like we don't know how long Gracie was keeping that in there, I guess, but you think Nathan would have come across it at some point if it was just in the shed.
Yeah, if it's long enough to have them be able to reduce the prices by 30%,
which they didn't even use according to Gracie, so that doesn't explain the lowered prices. None of it makes any sense.
Yeah,
none of it does.
So then we have Nathan's dad saying, "I want to see my horse. I left him," and then he rides Rowdy. It's very sweet.
Yeah, I like that moment a lot. That was good.
Me too. And so Amy apologizes to Nathan. I promise to not try and spare you from tough conversations. So,
Mhm.
how are you feeling the chemistry between Amy and Nathan? What do you think?
It's definitely better this season. What I will say is that next episode, I think in particular, has some um hard moments on purpose because of what Amy's like going through and grieving. So I think the chemistry is supposed to be a bit like different in this particular episode. I thought like there was like some like cute little like moments. But I thought the kiss at the end, first of all, beautifully shot with like the with the sun in the field. Um, it kind of reminded me of when I remember Lou and Mitch kissed like in like the field one time, and like it was beautifully shot like seasons ago. So, but I thought I think I think their chemistry is better. I think we haven't really seen them just gotten to have like fun a lot though. We see them a little bit next episode with the Pike River trip, so I would like to see a bit more of that. But what about you? What do you think?
It's okay. I mean, he's more likable now than he was for a while there, where it's just like, why is he even a love interest? Like he's a jerk. So I think the actors have like decent chemistry. I'm not like super into it, but it's pretty good. I mean, it's hard just because it was just she had such great chemistry with Graham. So it's hard to
Yeah,
accept anybody else. But it's pretty good, I would say.
yeah. There hasn't been any like swoon-worthy moments really
Yeah.
yet. Once we get maybe one of those, it'll be a bit easier to like root for the chemistry.
Yeah.
So,
So Gracie, so that's the end of episode 2. So episode 3 is called Ghosts, and a lot happening in this episode. A lot
yeah,
going
a
on.
lot. Hmm.
This was a pretty good episode of Heartland, and it starts with Gracie. She's on patrol looking for a wolf. And she says the grain is all taken care of. So what?
They just like they maybe they knew they had like messed up with that plot, so they just like summed it all away in that one line.
It
Doesn't make any
makes no
sense, but
sense. But yeah. So she's looking for the wolf, and Lou thinks that she's like faking about this because they haven't had anything happen with their cattle. And they have a sort of a back and forth through this episode.
yeah,
Uh, again, they really struggle with what to do with Lou on the show, and they almost always have her in with some kind of business plot.
yeah.
And so it's fine. It's fine.
I think this episode is it was a better Lou episode because we got to like see her actually do like different things, and I mean, sure,
Yeah.
she was still in business mode, but she had some good moments where she was like target practice. I like that.
Well, yeah, and I like it when she says, "You think I'm a city girl? I still grew up on the ranch." That was a good line.
Yeah, that
That
was a
was
good
good.
line. Yeah.
So we have Katie in the flag practices, and they are, like I said, this coach is like the coach on Whiplash. She's like, we've got to be extra mean, otherwise you're not going to get the best out of her riders.
Yeah. Yeah.
I treat people that way because it works. That's what she says.
Clearly,
That
clearly not. That's just like
Yeah,
manipulation at that point.
that would not be the way to get the best performance out of me. It would be the opposite. Like I think you would get a better performance out of me than by being like really nice to me. I would be more likely the whole like, I'm going to treat you the whole army approach, motivational technique of like, I mean, it makes sense for the army because you're literally trying to train people to kill people, like it makes
Right.
sense for the army, but like that whole sort of approach of like, I'm going to yell and scream at you. Like, no, that's not
And and
effective to
this is
me.
and this is for like color guard basically on horses.
Right.
This isn't like like extreme high stakes like activity either. There's no reason to be like have that coaching style, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
No reason.
Yeah. So then we have Ashley and Caleb show up, and Amy and Nathan are about to go to Pike River. And Ashley is just like, oh, great. We're going to give up our whitewater rafting trip and we're going to come with you.
Cindy Busby was so good in
She
this
was
episode.
really
I
good.
I missed her so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so glad she's back.
Yeah. Although when she gets upset about Caleb, I'm like, you left him.
Yeah,
Like
no,
how can you be upset about him being interested in Amy? You left him.
I know she had no right. She was being a hypocrite there.
Like
Yeah, that did annoy me.
are you forgetting your own relationship? Like
And Caleb didn't even clock her for it. I hope he
I
clocks her
know.
for it. He
Me
better,
too.
because Caleb needs to show some backbone. He was just like he had none of it this episode. He was I mean, I get the character of Caleb is kind of like a doof. That's basically what he was this episode. Like he did
Yeah.
Ashley just like dragged him around with her little finger like she did before. So not much has really changed in their relationship, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I kind of wish that like they hadn't decided to make Amy like so not interested in Caleb. I think it would be a little bit more if there was if she hadn't friend zoned him so completely, if there was still like a little doubt, then that would make
Mhm.
these things a little bit more exciting of like, well, maybe I am interested in him, maybe I am, like making it a true love triangle, because it's really not,
Yeah.
like that would be a little bit more exciting. But yeah, there's a sofa bed and one other bed, and I know, I mean, I would not want to be sharing a sofa bed with my ex like that. Caleb
Yeah.
and Ashley, are they supposed to be full on dating at this point again?
I don't know because like they weren't really like close like they weren't really like I guess they were like physically close like somewhat they might have been holding hands or something at one point, so I'm gonna assume that they're dating, but they didn't like kiss at all, so they're
Yeah.
probably like I guess like casually talking, casually dating, nothing serious. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. And so they it was kind of funny, like seeing Ashley getting jealous, like you said, that Cindy Busby was quite good, and that hot tub looked amazing.
I know, I was so
Oh,
jealous. I just wanted to jump in.
I know, me too. So then we have Katie. She is getting frustrated and she tells Jack, I don't want to hang out with those girls. They're not my friends. And they have struggled to give Katie friends. What's the girl with the glasses that was her friend?
Parker.
Parker, yeah. It's too bad they can't bring her on again.
Yeah, just disappeared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it would be nice for Katie to have a real friend.
Yeah, I don't love this plot line of like her like I mean I think I like the idea of it, but like I do like that she feels like she doesn't have to be friends with them, and it's not necessarily like good for her to be, considering it doesn't seem like they're all like that great of friends.
Yeah.
Um I don't know. It seems like that coach might start to become around by the end of it, but I don't know. I have a feeling the issues will continue.
Mm-hmm.
We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies merch store.
Are you looking for that perfect gift for the postable, Hardy, or Hallmarky in your life?
What about getting that t-shirt or hoodie that will help you stand out at your next holiday party?
Now is the time to check out the Hallmarkies merch store.
Full of festive designs by artists like Jessica Miller, Carrie from Hallmark Comics, and more.
You can even have more than just shirts, but totes, cell phone cases, notebooks, mugs, and more.
And it isn't just Hallmark. We have designs for Anna Green Gables, Man from Snowy River, The Nanny, and more.
Every purchase at the merch store goes to help support the podcast and allows us to make the great content you know and love.
There are frequent sales, so go to tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies or see the link in the description.
That's tpublic.com/stores/Hallmarkies.
Amy is down in Pike River to try to help this horse Buster that has aggression issues, and he's not working well with this other horse Ernie. So she comes up with some different ideas of having them harnessed together using scent training, which is something we hadn't heard of before.
Yeah, no idea. They come up with something new though.
Yeah, they do.
So this one makes more sense actually. So
what the problem that Amy is having is that she starts reminiscing about Ty being there in Pike River, and it's interesting because we have not seen very much of Ty as far as flashbacks or clips. This was way more than we've seen in the past.
No, since like season 14 when he died, that was a very they had a lot of flashbacks that season, but since then there's really been none.
Yeah,
so
there might have been I was trying to think about that, if there has been like a few little brief images, but nothing like what we had for this episode.
No, nothing like this. This was huge. They went all out because they even credited him at the end credits. I saw.
Yeah,
they credited Graham. That's huge. I wonder what he thought. I wonder what he thought of that.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that he had to be compensated.
Yeah, you would think, and he wouldn't mind because he didn't have to do anything. So
yeah, I mean, why would you care? I mean, I think that Graham still. I don't think there's any animosity towards the show.
I don't think so. He still is friends with Carrie, and I know he's had Heartland people on his podcast.
Yeah, he's had Amber on his show, I think.
Yeah, so I don't think there's anything.
No, I think he was just wanted to change. I don't think, as far as I've heard, I don't think there's any like bad blood or anything like that, between them.
It was handled so much better than Daniel's exit on When Calls the Heart. Like you can't compare the two. This was so much better, and I think Graham handled it way more professionally too.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. So yeah, we have her first. She's reminiscing about Caleb and Ashley's wedding. The bachelorette parties, and when Caleb gets punched in the face, and
I vaguely remember they lost Tim's trophy or something and sold it, and they had to try to get it back. That was fun. Yeah. Yeah.
So Nathan feels left out because he's not a part of all these memories.
That's completely valid.
That would make sense. And he handles it pretty well. He understands that she's needs space and everything like that. But we have Jack going he goes into, I think, Maggie's. He comes out, and this kid is breaking his glass and pounding on his truck, and we find out later that he thought that this was a different person's truck, and it's a pretty unique truck, that for him to, I don't know, feels like it's unlikely that he would, but I guess he's just a stupid teen. And so of course Jack's very upset, and I think it's going to be a nice plot to see Jack mentoring this teen, this troubled teen.
Oh, for sure. It fits several things. It gives them a new ranch hand plot, which we haven't had for a while. And it gives Jack actually something to do rather than being involved in the business plot. So I'm looking forward to it.
I think there's absolutely no way that you wouldn't file insurance on this.
Oh, for sure.
That's the whole point of insurance. If you don't use it, then why do you even have it?
Wait, did they mention insurance at all?
Yeah, Lou's you should file.
Oh yeah.
And he's make my monthly rate go up. No way. And it's
oh yeah.
I mean, if you don't use it when there's actual damage to your car, then why do you even have it?
It's not like it's a car accident where like maybe you were at fault. Like you
Yeah.
had no fault in this like situation, so there's no reason not to use it.
Yeah.
But
I do think it's unlikely that he would have insurance for that kind of that like old car like that, like an old truck. He would
mhm,
probably just have warranty insurance, not collision insurance. So warranty insurance that covers damage you do to other cars. It doesn't actually cover your car, which it's way cheaper, and that makes way more sense for an old car that to have just warranty insurance, not collision insurance. But nevertheless, if
yeah,
you had it, you would certainly use it.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But then we have that so Garland Foods, they want a plan from Lou of what's going on, and they have to be able to prove that they have safe supply and a stable price. So that's what Lou is working on.
Mhm.
And there's sort of this back and forth between Gracie and Lou and looking for the wolf and everything like that. It was I did like the moment when Jack goes into Maggie's, and I did like the moment when Jack goes into Maggie's and sees the teen there, and he's like vandalizing vehicles lately.
That was funny. That was a good
Good.
Jack moment, yeah. And then chases
Yes.
him again, but he can't keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of when Ashley goes into the bathroom and sees Nathan? That was
that was
funny.
so funny. That was so funny. And then when she said, "I approve,"
Yeah, I approve
that
for what it's
that,
worth. I
that was
approve.
so funny. I'm like, wow, Heartland getting kind of scandalous there. But no, no, again, Cindy's so good at moments like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just the fact that they have these unmarried couples sharing beds and things like that. Like that's something you would not have on Heartland. I mean, that's something you would not have on Hallmark.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely not. No.
Yeah. I mean, in fact, they usually are very specific to be like, oh, we got two separate rooms, that kind of a thing on shows.
Mhm.
They go out of their way to show that.
Yeah.
But it was a funny moment for Ashley. For the record, I totally approve. uh, and so then uh, we have let's see here. Yeah, this is when we have Lou saying, "I know I look city, but I did grow up on the ranch." So that was good because she can shoot.
No, yeah, she can shoot.
Yeah,
Yeah. That was that. Yeah, I like seeing her. Like Gracie's like completely like astonished
yeah.
by Lou's ability there.
She would be good. I forget what it's called, but there's a horse where you shoot
Hmm.
horse competition with shooting that she would be good at that she could participate in. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was nice. Let's see here what
You
else.
should recommend that to the writers, like give them something for Lou to
Yeah,
do.
what's that called?
Yeah. That would be really cool. Something her and Gracie could team up and do together.
Mounted shooting, a fast-paced equestrian event. Riders use historically accurate single-action revolvers loaded with blank ammunition to shoot balloon targets while navigating a pattern of obstacles. So I think Lou
Hmm.
needs to get on this.
I think she
She
does.
would
I
be
think
really, she would win.
yeah. That would be fun
It
too.
would be fun.
They would never do it, but
Yeah.
it would be fun.
I wish that again that they gave Lou a plot with a horse. I wish she had a horse that she had a bond with and that there were plots. I just think would help so much.
That's true. The fact that they gave Katie a plot line before
Yes.
Lou, like it acts like actual plot line of Katie with a horse. And I guess Lou's on a horse, which is like a step up
Yeah.
because we don't always see that, but
But yeah, she would rock it. A cowboy mounted shooting.
Yeah. See, that's the season 20 plot. Gotta
Yeah.
get it in there. Yeah.
So Katie confronts River and says, "You're trying to make me quit. Is that it?" And her response is basically like, "Well, you're just so beautiful and so talented, and so
Hey, I kind of
I'm
like,
threatened by your great by your by."
I mean, it was a 180 for sure, like for her to like go in that direction. I
Yeah,
do like girls supporting girls though. Especially like that young, there could be some toxicity at times. So I like that they added that little that added that
yeah,
in. Yeah.
it was good.
Yeah.
And so then we have the teen. I did think it was funny when he offers Jack $100, and it's just like Jack's like, that won't cover any of it, and he's like, I still want the $100.
Yeah.
Give it
That,
to
was-
me.
that was good. He's like a hand it over.
I mean, I'm surprised he didn't take the kid's car, because he offered the car too.
Yeah, I just couldn't see Jack driving that car
No.
though. That would never happen.
Well, I think just to teach him a lesson, be like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
take it, but yeah,
Well, the kid literally said you must have like a grandchild or something who could use it. And Jack didn't even think about that. Katie could probably use that car.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And so then we have Ashley and Caleb talking, and she says, "You said Amy wasn't interested. What about you?" So is Caleb interested in Amy? Again, she has no right to be ticked off. If she wanted a relationship with Caleb, she could have had one. She did have one, and she left him.
She blew it.
She blew
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Um,
So I mean, if anything, he should be the one holding animosity against her.
yeah.
If there's anyone like holding any sort of anger, but
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
he
So
better
then
yeah, he
so
better
Na-
clock her for it.
so let's see here. So Nathan tries for the kiss in the gazebo, but she's thinking too much of Ty. Everywhere I look, I see his ghost. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's good. Good plot line. And then Lou finds the wolf, and Gracie shoots the wolf. Shoots at him. You must. I did like the line. You must think I'm crazier than an outhouse fly.
So random.
What? What?
Yeah, I don't know anyone who would say that, but
I guess Gracie.
Gacy.
That
Yeah.
was funny. I mean, I don't know what would be particularly crazy about an outhouse fly as opposed to any other fly, but
I guess they would be annoying because like you're in that small space with it.
yeah,
But
that's true. I didn't think of it that way.
yeah.
uh, but then we have Ashley. She is like picking fights. I got veggie dogs. Sometimes people want different things at different times.
I
And
don't see how that's a bad thing though.
yeah, and
Like she
why
tried to
on
make it like
earth
a
would you get veggie dogs if you didn't want veggie dogs? Those are
uh,
terrible.
yeah, no, I would never eat one.
No, no.
No.
And then we have so Caleb's going to take Nathan home because his dad had a fall, so he has to go back. And they end up in the plane, and it doesn't go well. Mayday,
Yeah.
mayday, mayday. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it's like they get too low, so they're gonna like crash into that cliff. So literally a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
Literally.
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 Yeah. And so this kid, his name is Dex, and he explains to Jack about he thought it was this chauvinist guy that's been bothering people, his truck, but probably still not the best plan.
No, it's
Uh,
not. It's not.
and he's like, you're gonna work off the debt. You're gonna pay for my lunch, and then you're gonna work off the debt. So that's gonna be fun. I think enjoy that. And you know what? They could even, how old do you think this Dex is supposed to be?
Mm,
Did they say?
they didn't say. I mean, I'm gonna assume like 17 or 18. Could even be a little older. I mean, I know he's a hockey player, so I'm gonna assume
Oh,
he's
that's
still
right.
in
Yeah,
high
the
school.
hockey.
I'm assuming he's still in
Because
high school.
you could have that be a potential love interest for Katie.
Yeah, because they already like there's like a teeny tiny bit of banter there when they were with at the end there. I think they're setting something up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the plane is going down, and that was our cliffhanger for the episode. And the literal, as you said, little cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So I would give episode 2, I would give it like a 7 out of 10. And I would give this one an 8 or an 8.5.
Yeah, I'll probably like agree with that. I think
Mhm.
episode 3 was better. Episode 3 was kind of like a romp in some ways. There was some fun
Yeah.
stuff like the hot tub, something you never see.
Yeah.
Lou with a gun is something you never see.
Yeah.
So there was definitely like there was good things about this
It
episode.
was fun, and all the flashbacks was very nostalgic. So like, yeah, 8.5 I think is good for it. So
Yeah.
let us know what you think of these 2 episodes. How do you feel season 19 is going? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section, and make sure you check out our playlist with our recaps of every single episode of Heartland, and our interviews and other things that we've done with people over the year. So you definitely want to take a look at that. And Micah, how can people find you?
You can follow my YouTube channel. It's Wimpy Studio. I'm sure Rachel will link it below, but yeah, it's the main thing.
Great. And you can find me at Rachel's Reviews, all of our social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes. So check that out. Also, make sure that you're following the podcast, Hallmarkies Pod, Hallmarkies Podcast, all of our social media. And if you're listening on iTunes, if you can leave your ratings and reviews, that really, really, really helps the podcast a lot. And it's free for you to do, and it helps the algorithm put in those ratings and reviews. And if you are watching on YouTube, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We're really hoping to get to 10K subscribers by the end of the year. So help us make that happen. We would really appreciate it. And then we have our Patreon group, which is the biggest way you can support everything that we're doing. And you get a part of watch alongs and bonus episodes. And I really try to make it worth your while to join the Patreon. And then we have a merch store. We have some Heartland merch, we inspired merch, and lots of other fun holiday inspired merch. Definitely check that out. And thanks so much, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.